Hi guys, welcome to the Conversations of Possibilities. And I promise you it's not been rehearsed. So if I land up saying the same thing as I did earlier on, it's not rehearsed. So welcome to this bi-monthly conversation with this very, very special, wonderful guest of mine, Isha Bawa, who is a CF from Delhi, maestro, and a right body for you facilitator. And like I said, quote unquote, it has nothing to do with it being so special because she's my daughter. Well, welcome, Isha.
Thank you, Mama.
Well,
It's great to be here. Thank you for inviting me. I'm actually really looking forward to today's call.
Yeah, so am I. Awesome. And I want to send out a really huge gratitude to all of you on all those 28 as of now. Thank you with folded hands. Thank you for making this possible for me. Thank you. So every time when I come on, what goes into my head, that little horrible kira in the head, it goes, it's like, I hope everyone hasn't got bored of the conversations of possibilities. Can you ever get bored of possibilities? No, right? Yeah. So thank you for being on, all of you, and for making these conversations possible, for having these conversations take us to those spaces and those areas of where we know that there's always greater available to each one of us. And with this call today, I would like to ask you, Isha, about you being probably the youngest in Access Consciousness as a CF in India. Maybe, I don't know, maybe in the world, I'm not sure, but yes, definitely in India. And how is that for you? I mean, do you get to hear that often enough?
Before I answer your question, I just want to say something little. I'm not saying this because you're my mom, but I'm actually saying thank you for starting this platform, this conversation. This just like there's no name, there's no definition also to what this is, because it's literally like what you call it. It's just a conversation of and it's not just between two people. It's with everyone, and it's such a beautiful space that you have taken the initiative to create, that is actually creating a lot that um, I am very grateful for personally. So thank you for that.
Thank you, darling. Thank you.
And about being the youngest CF in the world.
Yeah. No, you're not. Okay. So the youngest probably in the country. Do you get to hear that often enough everywhere you go?
I do get to hear it very often about being very young and being, you know how people put it is, oh, in this field.
Yeah.
How come you chose this field? What is this? And then another great conclusion that they go into is that I would be very spiritual, and I would be very simple, and I would be very, how do I put it, boring.
They probably haven't met other Access Consciousness people who've used the tools of Access Consciousness, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's so funny because people directly go into related to spirituality directly, and religion and spirituality, and then they go into, oh my God, I'm also a saint, and then I have to explain, not even explain, but I'm just like, it's just I go into this whole thing of, okay, wait till you hang out with me. I'm nothing like a saint.
So what I'd actually like to ask you is, when you said that in this field, what is that like? What is that when they say that you've chosen to be in this field? What is that for you?
When people say that, I get a lot of hidden judgment from them, and they don't want to judge. They don't want to judge. But there's this whole thing of, oh, but you've done fashion management, you have a proper honors degree in fashion management, and you spent 4 years doing it and all of that, and how come you suddenly shifted fields and you left that for this?
Yeah,
Like, why
right.
would you do that? Like, there was such a like, this is what people actually say, that there was such a scope over there, and then they go into, oh, but I'm happy if you're happy, or oh,
Right.
whatever makes you happy.
And don't they go into asking you, are you unhappy about something that had you choose this?
It's so funny we're talking about this. It's really
This is
funny.
probably the first time we're actually having this conversation, right?
Yeah, we've never had this conversation before. Um,
Yeah.
so yes, a lot of, like, when I'm out for parties and all of that, a lot of people, in a social environment with a drink in their hand where you're dancing, laughing, they go into thinking that what I do is complete spirituality and a whole lot of religion and a whole lot of righteousness. Let's just put it like that: the righteousness and the way to be in the world and the way to attain, what is it called? I don't know, nirvana.
Nirvana.
and
Yeah,
and
probably.
that's and you know what, I did also have that impression, to be very honest, before I got into access. It's
Yeah,
not it's
yeah,
not really their fault. It's just what we all have been taught up until now.
yeah. I
um
mean, about
but
consciousness, right?
yes,
Consciousness
yes, yes,
being, yeah, right.
absolutely. So
Yeah.
when I'm
Consciousness
when
being called spirituality, and giving up on everything materialistic and just moving on for doing the right thing, right?
yes,
Yeah, and
and
yeah,
being the right person, being, yeah, just that. And it's really funny because I'd be sitting in a party and I'd be like chatting up with people, and there's this whole conversation about me being into quote unquote spirituality would come up, and everyone would get serious, and then everyone would think they need to take a side, for or against. And then it's really funny
right.
because I'm just sitting back and I see the entire, there was this, I remember this party so clearly. It was a party, and the entire table was talking and debating about what I do, and I was sitting back and I was just listening to them.
Wow, wow.
Yeah, it was really funny to actually hear different kinds of points of views and different kinds of um, opinions people have about what consciousness is.
So is
Not
that,
only
I want to, yeah, so I want to actually ask you, is that because there isn't enough of consciousness on this planet? So people don't really know what it is? Or is it just simply because it's
um,
been defined as
you
something?
know, this is just my point of view.
Yeah.
It's just what I is just something I my point of view. Like I said, it probably starts from that age of golden planet, where
Okay.
everything was one, and there was no separation, there was no religion, there was no ethnicity, culture, like your class that you did. There was no religion, ethnicity, culture, there was no gender. Even like separation based on gender probably did not exist.
Right.
Countries, I don't think, even it was just that oneness,
Right.
the space of
Yeah.
oneness existed. And
Yeah.
then that whole thing of the techies being the ones who wanted to create control and gain power over everyone, and wanted to instill limitation and fear,
Okay.
came in. And it was probably that, because I feel like, when Gary and Dean talk about that, there was that time when the techies took away the information about the elementals,
Right.
when they took it away to create more control and more, and so that people would not have the cognitive information of the
Can
elementals.
you just talk a little more in detail about that? I'm sure that could be a contribution to everybody
Yes,
on the
yes,
call.
yes, yes, yes. I will get to that in just a second, but
Yeah.
I will address these two things separately.
Okay.
But like, when the techies took out cognitive information about the elementals, it doesn't stop us from actually accessing the elementals just because we don't have it in written form, or just because we don't have a proof of it being there. It still exists.
Right.
It has always existed. Um, we've all accessed it in different ways. We've just not had cognitive information of us accessing the elementals. That's why Gary and Dane always say that you are it. You already have access to it. Stop trying to define what they are, because you
Wow.
have been it like over decades. Forget years, like over decades and centuries, and like I don't know, like for the longest time. Um, yeah, so I think it stems from that time when that golden planet oneness was also fun, no judgment, do what makes you happy, do what creates greater. There's no polarity, there's no wrong, there's no right. And then that moment when the techies came to take that thing of taking the elementals out from the periodic table, it was
Right.
probably they were also probably the ones who started instilling righteousness and consciousness. I'm not saying they were it, but probably it's like a
Or we
similar.
started. Yeah, you're right. It's a similar energy, right? It's like taking out
Yeah,
something that,
it's like trying to
yeah,
create control. I what I perceive it
right,
is like, it's like trying to create control to stop accessing true consciousness. Consciousness is
right.
not really significant. Um,
Because you can't define it, right?
yeah, you can't
Yeah.
define it. And consciousness can be you holding a glass of drink, dancing and laughing on a dance floor till 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
That is still consciousness.
Yeah. As long as
Having
we
fun.
don't, yeah. Right. Right. I get what
Yeah,
you're
I mean,
saying.
as long as we don't dwell into it and go into that space of uh, what is it called? Uh,
Silliness,
not sit.
where you go
No,
stupid with drink. That's the one what they talk
right. But
about going
also the
stupid.
word I'm looking for is dizziness.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Like, not don't drink to oblivion. Then that's stupidity. That is shutting down on your awareness or
Right.
consciousness.
Right.
But like there's nothing wrong in drinking a glass of wine,
Yeah.
right? It's just and I mean, if your body enjoys it, each to its
Yeah.
own.
Yeah.
But that's when the control comes in, that you cannot have a drink, you cannot eat non-veg, you cannot.
So what, just 1 second. I want to ask you this. So what you are saying is that the, so like when the techies did what they did by hiding the elementals, and that kind of started it could have started the control, the energy of creating control
See,
by
I have as much
removing
information
magic,
about this as each one of us does on this call, but
right?
I've actually just been
But that's what it is for
asking a
you,
lot.
right?
Yes,
Yeah.
I have been
Yeah.
asking a lot of questions around this since we've got cognitive information about the elementals. I've
Right.
been asking questions around this because it's giving voice to what we've always known.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
like at the right body for you facilitators, I had asked Gary about, could you talk about how the elementals can be used with your body?
Right.
And he had given me the example of, if something doesn't turn out as bad as it could have, you're engaging with the elementals because they have your back in that moment.
Oh, right. Wow. Wow. Can you talk more about that? About
Yeah.
bodies and elementals? Oh my God, I didn't even know that was a possibility.
Yeah. It was really
Oh yeah,
funny.
Rabia says, can you say that again, please?
Yeah. Um, so, anytime that you you get a sense that some situation could have turned out way worse than it actually did, you're engaging with the elementals and they're having your back.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Um, yeah.
Right. So that's with the body and with everything else too.
Uh, yeah, we don't have to really necessarily segregate and separate them.
Mm.
It's just, my head trying to do the head tripping when I ask that question of, could you define it for me?
Yeah, I know. We want to understand what the elementals are and we want to
Yeah.
get it right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was really funny because at the right body few facilitators I fell, kind of my feet kind of went numb. It was really weird because, and like sitting with you the other day, that's when I realized that it's probably so much of energy in my feet
Yeah.
that is making it go numb. It's not numbness, and it's not my foot going to sleep, and it's not my foot getting sprained over and over again. It's the desire of my feet to literally run. There's no time to sit, move.
Yeah. And
Movement.
it's
It's asking
probably
for more movement. It's, that. And so basically, yeah, that.
and that's your body communicating with you.
Yeah. And so basically I felt frack.
During, you mean you fell during the facilitators, the right body for you facilitators, you fell in front of all those people at Gary and Dane?
I fell basically. Um,
That's interesting. Okay, can we know more?
I fall a lot. It's really not significant like who I fell in front of. It's more like I
Yeah,
just fell without
right.
my feet twisted. It was really strange because I got up and I was trying to take a step forward and my foot twisted like that, and my other foot twisted like that. And I was in a state of shock in that moment. I was like,
So do
what's
you
going
think
on?
there was
I'm
something
trying to,
changing in your body at that time?
for sure, for
Yeah,
sure.
and that, right, yeah.
And that's when I felt that that was actually a huge contribution to me in actually getting a huge awareness as to how much I'm engaging with the elementals.
Wow.
This thing with my ankles of like twisting so much, it's
Yeah,
it's me engaging with um
the elementals.
elementals so much where my feet are like, let's go, let's move, let's do
Wow.
this, let's do that.
That is so, so
And
beautifully put. And honestly, I couldn't even imagine that was a possibility. And thank you for sharing that.
yeah,
Wow.
thank you. Because it
So,
could, yeah.
yeah.
Go ahead.
So, tell me, can I ask another question here?
Yes.
Now that we are talking about elementals, and for everybody on this call, we didn't plan what to talk about. I mean, truly, we didn't.
I'm sure you tried really hard to, because this is
I
like the
did,
third
right?
time you're
I
saying
did.
it.
I mean, we were driving, and I would say, maybe I can ask this. And she'd say, Mom, stop. Just ask me when you have to ask.
Yeah,
I'm
I
like,
know.
oh
And
my
mom like,
God,
mom,
okay.
just see what I've written. I'm like, I don't want to know.
Or I'm glad I didn't write too much because nothing of it is really coming up. Yeah, so Sanyukta is saying, please tell me more about elementals. In fact, that's pretty much the question I had too. If I could add to Sanyukta's question, do we, I don't know if the use is even the right word, but do we have the elementals contributing to creations? I wanted to talk to you about creations. So would you be able to elaborate on if we can include the elementals in our creations and how, and if
Uh,
possible?
yes, all the time. Um, so those moments when you've just wanted to create something and physically actualize it instantly, and
Yeah.
you didn't even have to dwell over it. It just happened.
Mm-hmm.
That was you engaging with the elementals. One of the amazing tools of one of the amazing side effects of engaging with the elementals is instant actualization.
Oh, can you say that again?
Yeah, one of the side effects, quote unquote, of engaging with the elementals is instant actualization. I
Wow.
actually realized this when I was on the call with Julia and Emily. They did a call called Instant Actualization, and that's when they spoke about the elementals actually contributing to like instantly actualizing things for you.
Wow.
Like, yeah, it's like a second is also too long for an elemental.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right, because time is a construct,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
The elementals don't really know time.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow, that's interesting. Thank you for that. So you mean we can include elementals when we are creating a class, or when we are creating making a project report, or when we are even cooking or something? Is it that simple?
Yes.
Okay.
maybe
Cool.
maybe not, if people want to make it more difficult. We all know we as humanoids can really make things difficult if we'd like
Right.
to.
Yeah.
But if you would like to access the elementals in their true form, You can access them in every aspect of your life. You can access them in every ask of yours, every energy pull of yours, every outfit you wear.
Oh, can you
Yeah.
talk more about that? I mean, every outfit you wear. And if this is the time for me, I think maybe I could ask you a question concerning to every outfit that you wear.
Okay.
Is there something that is there a book that you just wrote? And that's just been published by Access Consciousness? And
Yes,
that's
I just
out
wrote a
on
book.
Amazon?
Yes, I just wrote a book. Um,
We'd love you to talk more about that.
Talking about the elementals that led us to my book.
Yes, yes, please.
This Okay, so it's really funny because my book is called Style Your Life.
Do you have a copy with you?
Yes.
Please. Oh, thanks. Can we just have a look at that? Oh, wow. Wow.
Are you going to take a photo?
Yes. For Facebook. I remember I took Suruchi with her crown and I
Yeah.
put it on Facebook. These are all your creations, right?
Yeah.
These are all what you have created, what
Yeah.
you've chosen.
Yeah. And actualizing my book was actually playing with the elementals that I realize and recognize now. I don't want to say because, but it just so happened that I started Style Your Life. Rupesh is saying, which book?
Rupesh
Show
wants to
again.
know which book. Show it again.
It's called Style Your Life. It's available on Amazon and the Access shop. You can go on the Access website, or else you can go on Amazon and type Style Your Life. Kindle version is available and the hard copy is available too. Um, yeah,
And if
so
I may say, it is a beautiful book.
thank you. Thank you. I haven't got myself to reading the book again after it's been published. Um, yeah, maybe I should. Mom?
Yep. Oh, I didn't do that. I think Rupesh did that.
Rupesh.
Oh,
Okay.
thank you. I wouldn't know how to do that.
But you can learn from Rupesh now.
I can learn from Rupesh now. Thank you.
Yeah. So
Yeah, so you were
I
talking
studied.
about creating your book with the elementals.
Right. So I don't know if everyone knows this, but I did fashion business management from Pearl, and I have an honors degree in fashion business management that I completely. Rupesh has screenshot. Awesome. So, and I love fashion. I just don't enjoy the control and the linearity and the form and structure to it.
And the
Very
immense judgment, I would think, right? Because fashion
and
is really
immense amount
based
of
on
judgment.
judging.
Yes. Yeah. So anyway, I did that, and then I did not enjoy it very much because working in the fashion industry demanded a lot of linearity, form and structure control, and a lot of abuse also, because I think it comes with that thing of perfection. But having said that, I think I just kind of created being in the worst worst situations because I really did not want to do that. So great, exited from there very happily. Entered Access and changed my life, changed our life completely.
Yeah.
And everyone always used to say, why don't you do something related to fashion, collaborate fashion and Access and do something together? And I would always be like a wall saying, no, I don't want to do it, because I had so much of a resistance and so much of a no in my world, because I didn't even have a possibility of of fashion being an invitation. um but fast forward 3 years, 4 years of post Access, after being in Access, 4 years after being introduced to Access, um, I was like, dude, why don't I, like, with the energies of Access, why don't we style our lives, our bodies, our workspace? It wasn't a cognitive knowing, I mean, it wasn't a cognitive information that was coming out as to what I wanted to create, but it just kind of happened.
Right.
First, there were workshops that happened. It was really funny because the workshops only got created for two people. Um, Only two people asked for them. And one was the lady who asked me to create the workshop. And the second was the lady who actually became the illustrator for the book. So if you look at it, it
Wow.
kind of, the workshops actually kind of worked as a future, as a, how do I say it, a starting point to what was getting created in the future.
Right. Suruchi says she
Um,
can't hear you.
can you hear me now?
Yes, clearer.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've the book, and the book is not even like I can't even say it's my book, because like the book is the book and it's out to create what it would like to create. That's what I love about it the most. Um, and it's just instantly actualized. I did not think of anything. I did not go according to what I wanted it to be. I didn't go according to like, it just got actualized. One morning, I woke up with this book in my hand,
Yeah, I
and I'm
still
so
remember one
grateful.
morning when I woke up. It was about 6:30. I woke up to send Noor to school, and I saw you sitting on your computer. And I said, Noor, I said, Isha, you're up really early today. And you said, well, I haven't slept all night.
Yeah,
And I said, what have you been doing? And that's when you showed me that you had written the book and it was complete. And that's where I want to ask you: is that you engaging with the elementals? All
yes, yes, pretty
right,
much.
right,
That I think, having said that, I don't want to add a definition to it because it happens differently for different people.
right. Of
This
course.
is how I have been experiencing it so far, and
Yeah.
there's so much more to explore with the elementals.
Right.
But
Right.
for me, I know I'm engaging with the elementals so much when I'm inspired. Like today, I went to college. I went to my college today, Pearl Academy, with my friend, and we looked at different courses, and just for the fun of it. And I started, I don't know if I said this already, but I started my website yesterday. And morning, same, one of those moments, you know me, when I create, when I get to something that has like just pulls my energy, like pulls me, I can't get up without, like, before I'm done with it. Same thing yesterday morning till the night, I was creating my website, I was working on my website, and then after that I worked on my first blog. And then I created my first blog, which is again inspired by the more like inspired by people who inspire me so much in my life, my friends. um
Right.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
amazing.
So
And
this is really, thank you so much for all this information about elementals. And before we open up to questions from everybody who's on, I would like to talk a little bit about,
like you to stop talking.
no, I would like to talk to you a little bit um, about the right body for you facilitators, and what has that class done for you? What made you choose that class? And has it changed anything for you? What is the right body for you class? Lots of questions in one, but you get what I'm asking.
Yeah. How do I put it?
Can't hear you. Can't hear you.
Did you hear what I said?
No.
Okay. So the right body view again was instantly actualized for me. It was definitely a play with the elementals.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
it
Okay. Can
was
you talk more about that?
overnight. It was just one fine morning, one of normal morning when mom and I were fighting with one another.
A normal mother-daughter day. Okay. I get that.
No, we were having our discussion, and we came to this awareness that I was actually really asking to step up. Um, and I remember when I had taken my first couple of classes in Access, I saw the Right Body View book, and I looked at it and I said, I did not decide whether um, I wanted to be a facilitator of it or whether I wanted to attend it, but I was just like, this is something I'd like, whatever this is, the energy of it. I was like, I'd like this. And then it just so happened I did not choose it. But that morning, I was just like wanting to step up, really, really asking to step up. You and I were sitting right here in this room, and we both looked up access, and there it was, right body fee facilitators. I saw it, and I was like, this is it. This is it for me. I'd really like this. Um, and it was funny because the facilitators were starting in 5 days. And then I was like, okay, so what are the prereqs? And I did not have the prereqs, which was I had to attend the Right Body for You class with Donielle. And I had not done that. So then I looked up when is the next class with Donielle, and it had to be a live class, I think. It was in 2 days, and it was in Houston. I was like, oh my God, 2 days and 1 day in travel. I was like, great. But I remember that space is something that I personally will use to inspire myself probably for many years now, like
Right.
forward, because that was a moment I did not let myself say no. That was a moment I did not give in. That was a moment I did not use anything as an excuse. Nothing was an excuse. I did not say the plane tickets will be so expensive, I have to travel tomorrow morning. I did not say, do I have enough of money? I remember I went into the shower, I remember standing under the shower and being like, okay. And these things like going on in my head, like, how am I going to do this? I really want to do this. But the SOP is in like a week or like 2 weeks, something like that. And I really want to attend.
Can't hear you.
Hear me now?
Yeah. No.
Maybe when you hold your mic, you're tapping it. Actually, it pauses your voice.
Maybe just speak without it. Yeah. Maybe speak without it.
Now, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. Elementals.
Isha, just hold on. I want to interrupt you. I could
Yeah.
not resist. And
What?
as Rupesh told something, you're holding the mic and blah, blah, blah. And I told elementals, please, I want to see the magic. And I hear you.
Oh, that's awesome.
Thank you, Isha.
Thank
Thank
you,
you for that, Shruti.
Shruti.
Thank you,
Such a
Isha.
rock star.
Yeah.
Thank you, Shruti.
That is the
Thank
key
you
elemental.
so
That is
much.
how quick the
Yeah.
elementals are, right? I mean, we all just got an example. Wow.
Mm.
What else is possible?
That
Yeah,
was
Thank
but
that
only
you.
I
was
can
what
have
we
it. And Shruti. No one else.
That is when you just spoke, Isha. I'm talking so softly. I'm surrounded with customers here.
That's
So
fine.
that is what you were just talking about, elementals and physical actualization. That was so instantaneous.
Yeah.
What
What
else is
else is
possible?
possible? What else is
Yes,
possible?
indeed.
Thank you for that.
Thank you, Shruti.
Yeah.
Thank you for being the contribution you are.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Again, another thing which came in my mind, in my head, and I was just saying no. So, I have heard as a child, एक वो slogan थी बकाडी की थी कि किसके मिल बैठे जब तीन. So it was like मिल
हाँ, तीन
बैठे
यार.
जब तीन.
मैं तुम something or Bacardi or something.
हाँ
I remember it was.
हाँ हाँ. So it was like मैं मेरी creations or elementals.
Ay, Baba.
That is so well said.
I love
So
it.
Isha, we'll have a class on that now.
What else is possible? I would love to.
What else is possible?
Elementals, come on, let's create it.
How does it get any better than that?
Thank
Yeah,
you.
elemental
Thank you.
creations. I
Thank
think
you.
that is something that could be such a contribution to each one of
Yeah,
us if we could actually do that. Because
yeah,
I mean, how much could our creations, how much easier, I wouldn't say easier, but how much more ease could we have with our creations if we could start to include the element?
yeah. So, as a child, or till now, I never learned cooking as per cooking. And everybody a phenomenal chef at my place, my mom, my sisters, my grandmother. And when I was growing up, I remember my granddad used to tell me, Shruti, whenever you're in the kitchen, just include, in his way, he would not say elementals, but he would mention, just include the goddess of cooking. And
Wow.
whenever I would cook, something phenomenal would turn up, and everybody would tell me, "You're a liar, you are an amazing cook." And I would tell me, "Trust me, the angels are doing the magic."
Yeah. Yeah.
And after this conversation, Isha, I am aware that it is those elementals whom I would include before every meal I would start to prepare. Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
That's
How
beautiful.
true.
Thank you.
How true.
That is beautiful.
Yeah.
So
Real
Divya
So
has a question. In the foundation course, is elementals a part of it? I think it's not a part of it, but we do talk about it, right? Yeah, we do talk about it. And
we
Isha
do
and I,
talk about it. Yeah.
Actually, elementals are playing a different role in my life, I think.
I'm
Uh,
sure.
can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
yes,
absolutely.
yes.
See, what has happened is, as I told you, watery loose motions, if you remember, after the dengue. Yeah. So, if you see the present photograph, that is of day before yesterday at GTB Nagar metro station, I have actually reduced exactly 12.5 kgs of mine thanks to these loose motions. I'm looking very smart actually. But the thing is, ultimately, the loose motions are not stopping. You know, when the call started, also, I was sitting on the throne.
Really? That's interesting.
That is so cool.
I wonder how much you were releasing.
Thank you for your vulnerability, though. I love it.
But how to
Uh,
stop it?
stopping. Okay, so is any of that a vested outcome?
Vested in the sense, see, I'm replying to my ex's legal case. Whenever I start thinking about that, it somehow it started flushing things out, maybe from my body.
So what are you trying to get rid of?
Get rid of her.
Right, wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, online shorts, boys and beyonds.
Hmm. Yes. Hmm. But
And you know
ultimately,
how I said, you know how I think you're talking about the free money workbook call that we did, right? About the case.
yeah.
We spoke
Yes,
about on
yes.
there.
If you remember that day, I was telling you about that, no?
Yes, yes, yes. Um, remember what I had suggested to do the what is the value of this for me, and then write it down and pot and pock each of them.
In fact, I did it, and after that, everything stopped. But last 2 days, it has again started because
Awesome.
maybe
So
I'm
what if
into that jitter because the court case is on December 23rd, 20th.
yes, but when you go to the gym, do you go to the gym and stop?
No, no. But I never went to the gym. No, whenever for last 2 days it has restarted. I don't know how.
Right, I get
Um,
what you're saying, but what I'm asking is, you know, when if a person would like to go to the gym for some movement in their body, would
hmm.
they go to the gym for just one day and then stop and expect a complete change, or would
Oh,
they go to the
yeah.
gym like let's say twice a week, thrice a week, or you know, depending on however long they'd like to, or whatever their body's asking for,
Huh. Yeah,
right?
so I have to continue that. Yeah, therapeutically. Okay.
You know, just as and when as you like.
Hmm.
And again, you know, it's a conclusion when you decide the problem has been solved.
Yeah, it was, I think, my judgment justification.
Yeah, yeah. When we decide and conclude and judge that a problem has been solved, um, it's just a judgment.
Hmm. So maybe
And
I came to the conclusion in the form and the structure. And actually,
yes. And also, you might want to pardon block everywhere you've made this a problem. What if it's not a problem? What if it's a possibility?
yeah.
yeah, could be. Because
Yeah.
if I reduce more weight, maybe I'll become a supermodel.
Yeah. What else is possible? Just ask for the possibilities to show up. Ask for everything that's showing up as a problem to actually show up as a possibility that it is.
Hmm. Okay,
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm muting myself now. Yeah.
Okay.
So
I think we
before we
were talking
preview, I'm going
about
to
the
open
right
up for
body.
lots of more questions to you, Isha, if you're
Yes, but
ready
I'd
for
like
the
to just
moment.
answer your question that you asked me about what is right body for you.
Yes, please.
I kind of just went into the of the right body for you.
Yes.
But
What is right body for you?
right body for you, basically, to say it quickly without expanding it so much. But right body for you, for me, is um, is something that has changed my life. Like Gary says, it's funny because you go to a body class and your life changes, and you go to a class to change your life and your body changes. It's
Right,
not supposed to be a possibility, but it is.
right.
Similarly, a right body for you class. When you come to a right body for you class, you come for thinking, I'd like to lose weight, I'd like to look better, or whatever that is. Um, and the side effects or the perks, however you'd like to look at it, is that your entire life changes if you're willing to receive the information
Right.
and actually use the tools to creating something completely different. Because I know the difference between myself when I acknowledged my body and when I did not. um, I remember at the 7 days in Langkawi, Dane was going around doing an ESC, and one of the question he asked was, "Are you guys having fun with your bodies?" And he stopped and he was just like, "Do you guys even realize that you have a body?" And that for me blew my mind. I was like, "Huh? You mean I have a body?" Oh fuck. It was that moment for me that made me realize, like, where the fuck has my body been all this while? Where have I been all this while? It's it's crazy because the more you're willing to include your body in your life, the way more fun you will have in your life. Life will become so much more fun. Yeah, and without judgment. It's just you will be willing to have so much more fun. You will be willing to go on so many more adventures. And just seeing, whether you enjoy it or not. It doesn't have to be permanent. Adventures don't have to be permanent. We have this whole thing of, oh, this must be right. If I'm embarking on it, I must stick to it.
I
And I
like
think
what you
that
just
has
said. Sorry
changed.
if I can just cut you.
I just want to complete
Yeah,
this, sorry. But
yeah.
I think that has changed for me when I've started involving my body a lot more. Because because like my point of view is that your body is your greatest facilitator. Your body doesn't have any points of views. We do. We have judgments of what we can receive and what we can't. Our body actually does not have any judgments whatsoever. um, so if you're actually willing to involve your body and ask your body to facilitate you in moments that you're actually either looking at life as a limitation, or whether you're looking at something as a blockage, um, your body can actually show you ways to change it completely. So it's a right body for you class is of course to do with changing your entire body, but it's also to do with creating your life with your body, because your body is your greatest friend who has your back way more than anybody else can ever.
Wow. That just created a space of, if I can say, of so much of expansion that probably has us all wondering and going into a space of, oh my God, you mean we all have bodies? Yeah, right?
Yeah,
Thank you for that. Yeah,
thank you.
thank you for explaining it so beautifully. So, what about the diseases in our body, and what about the problems, as in body pains or diabetes or heart problem or some problem that we have? I mean, what is that? Is that
um,
I mean, in access, yes, it is a choice too. Yet, with right body for you, can that be a contribution can that change some stuff?
So it's funny. I just want to point this out real quick, as quick as I can be. But
And Rabia says, all, and Shruti says, God, Chandana, you heard me about diseases. And Rabia says
weight
about
up and
weight
down.
up and down.
I'll just address those in just a second.
Yeah.
I will answer your question. Thank you, Shruti. And thank you, Neera auntie. It's funny because we all know that our life is a creation. Everything in our life is what we create. However, our body is what we've been given. Our body is like handed over to us, something we have no control over. It's
Right.
something that is our biggest limitation because it is what it is, and we are in the hands of it. Our life, however, is our creation, and it is what we create, but not our body. And that's a complete lie that we tell ourselves over and over and over again, because it's such a I don't know what words to use, but it's such an unkindness to our bodies, because our bodies are like,
Rabia
I'm
says,
just
you're a
here.
brilliant woman.
Thanks, Rabia. Says one brilliant woman to another. But what was I saying?
Sorry.
Bodies.
Yeah, you were saying how we are gifted, that we think that we've been given a body.
Right. It is one of the most unkind things we can ever do to our bodies, because our bodies are like, I'm here to play. I'm not here to limit you, and I'm not here to be a stone and like a sculpture. We treat our body as a sculpture, like sometimes even like a non-living sculpture. How many times do you actually see that your fingers move? It's living. It has molecules. It's a living thing. It has energy. It's not a marble sculpture, or it's not a wooden sculpture. It's not a stone sculpture that it can't change. um
Right.
so your life is a creation, is your creation, but so is your body. If you're the one who creates your life, you're the one who creates your body too. If your point of view is creating your life, your point of view is creating your body as well. So if you'd like to change anything about your body, where your questions come in, about disease, weight loss, anything at all, you change your point of view and your body changes. And it's funny because the more and more you're willing to involve your body, not resist it, not fight it, not even try to prove how important it is. You know, a lot of times we go into proving that, listen, my body is important. I'm going to prove
Right.
how important my body is, and I'm going to prove how much care I'm taking of it, and see what I was doing in the past was wrong. So now I'm going to
Right.
prove how right I am now by looking after my body, by asking my body questions. But then that's a whole another righteousness that we do again, to be right. You're asking questions to be right again. But if you're just willing to be the space of, hey body, this, you know,
Like basically what you're saying
it's
is
going to be willing.
acknowledging the body,
Yeah,
acknowledging that we have a body,
yeah,
acknowledging that the body is there and we can talk to the body and treat the body like a friend.
and have conversations with it. You know, you wouldn't go out for lunch with your friend by telling your friend that I'm going here, see you there. I'm gonna go here, come here. Your friend will, by the end, like after like maybe max 3-4 times, max 4 times, will be like, fuck you.
Yeah, right.
Right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
But we never even ask a body, would you like to come here? We're like, body, I'm dragging you there. It's more like your body is taking you there, but your point of view is that you are dragging it over there. Never have we actually acknowledged that your body is the one taking you there. Your body is the one eating. Your body is the one sitting with the people around you and laughing, chatting, or arguing, fighting, whatever it is that you're doing over lunch. You know, whatever
Right.
conversation you're having.
Yes.
It is your body doing it. We have a point of view that we're dragging our body with us.
And that's the same
But
thing with the weight up and down.
about point of view creating your weight,
Yeah.
absolutely, your point of view does create your weight also. Weight also a lot of times could have things to do with trying to hide or fighting for showing up.
Fighting for showing up. Can you talk more about that?
um you know how it's possible, sorry, so it's possible for like the longest times X person did not want to show up, like me. I did not want to show up for the longest time.
Right.
And somewhere with the want to show up, but at the same time not the desire to show up.
Right.
But here's the thing, as much as you may hide, people will still see you. You know, and you will create your body to hide. So when you're done with that hiding, there's a demand in your world of I'd like to show up. But if you just go with the demand of hey, I'd like to show up, let's see what that is like. We can go into like this fight of I want to show up, I want to show up, no, see me, see me, see me, I'm showing up, see, I'm showing up. um, that's a whole load of fight again, of not hiding. It's more, it's, you know, that happens, that's not the energy of showing up, that's more the energy of not hiding,
Right. I get what
where
you're
you're
saying.
so against hiding that you
Right.
just fight for showing up. It doesn't
So it's almost
create.
like choosing from resisting. Choosing
Yes,
by
absolutely.
resisting. Right. It's
Yeah,
like
choosing and also operating from a reference point
mm,
of
okay.
not, like, to have not shown up in the past according to you and according to your point of view. Probably you did show up and you probably changed so many lives and you were an invitation to so many people and you just did not notice it because you were too busy trying to hide. But like I said, people will still see you, you will still be an invitation. You just have to be willing to acknowledge it.
Wow. That is so beautiful. Oh my God, I could carry on, and I'm sure everybody on this
I
call
could
could
too.
hear so much more of you. And so before we go on, Rupesh says, so can elemental change more than one at a time? Money, relationships, watery, altogether, universe, or multi-universe?
Of course, absolutely. Elementals, um, elementals. Here's an invitation. Here's what I'd like to invite each and every one of you to, whoever would like to come into this space. What if you could make your life the elemental that you're looking for? Create your life as the elemental that you're seeking for. What if your life was the elemental? What if you are the elemental? What if your life is engaging with elementals? That's lighter. What if your life is engaging with the elementals? And what if your life is a creation of engaging with the elementals? What would that look like?
Wow. You know, I
And
have goosebumps on my body right now.
yeah, I love elementals. I love engaging with the elementals. I'm asking to engage with it a lot more. Um, but I think just the willingness for all of us to have this conversation right now is all of us engaging
Yes, yes,
already.
absolutely. Absolutely.
So
So Lena
yeah,
says, I don't want to show up either. Rabia says, ooh. Lena says, I'm hiding inside my body.
yeah.
And Rabia says, oh, so Lena's asking, am I hiding inside my body?
Okay. So here's one little thing I want to say. Please do not make yourselves wrong if you're hiding. There's no wrongness in hiding. Okay, I've done it. I have done it, and I know it. There is no wrongness. Just look at yourself for hiding without judgment. I'm hiding right now. I'd like to hide right now. I'm having fun with hiding. You know, we make it so wrong to be hiding as though showing up is the right thing to do. Who made it right? It's not right. If you'd like to show up, that's your preference.
Right.
But just because someone else is showing up a certain way according to you doesn't mean that makes it right. They could be hiding according to them. It's also very interesting because we base our definition of showing up by looking at other people rather than actually asking, hey, what does showing up actually mean for me? If I had to show up, what would that look like for me? No
Right.
one asks that question. We all just decide that showing up is according to what the next person is showing up as. If they're shining, if they're roaring and soaring, that is what showing up is. What if it's not? What is showing up for you? Could be very different. And definitions of hiding and showing up is what keeps us trapped. What if what you're calling hiding right now, honey, is just what you require right now? What if it's not hiding? What if it's just what you require to be,
Wow.
to grow, to create greater? And uh, and if you'd
Oh.
like, yeah, I could cry too. But if you'd like to show up according to whatever you're perceiving as showing up, you can just ask for that. But you don't have to make yourself wrong right now, because what if this is what you require? It's not hiding, it's just something else. Something that's different doesn't make it wrong. It's just different, and it doesn't match a definition. It's not wrong.
Wow. Rabia says you're really becoming one of my favorite facilitators ever, love. And Neera says,
Aw.
wow. Nina says that
How
her
did I get so
heart and
lucky?
she's crying, and that's a shift. Thank you. Thank you for this wonderful call, Isha. And before we close, and before I close, and before we open up to all of you to asking questions, and I sort of,
I'm
uh,
okay if
I'm
you're okay to
I'm
going on.
actually ready to play the
Okay.
new game, the new segment of this
Oh, we haven't even played
conversations
that
of
yet.
possibilities, and I'm like edging to get onto it. Dare to bear.
Dare to bear.
Your nanny says you are
Oh,
absolutely phenomenal.
thank you. Thank you.
Okay. So, question number one. Are you all ready?
Okay, so what is dare to bear, mom?
Dare to bear is, well, I'm going to ask you a question.
Okay.
And I don't give you more than 1 second to reply.
1
So
second.
no time to think, no time to stop. Just give it, give it, give it, give it. Every time you take 2 seconds, you lose a point.
What?
Yeah. You go -1. You don't go +1. You go -1.
Okay, start.
Okay. Yeah, that's a new version of rapid fire. You bet, Rabia. Okay. Now let's catch you.
This is gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
I'm
Question
excited.
number 1. What are you aware of for the world that's possible? One word answer.
Future of the
Quick.
golden planet.
Great. Great. What's success to you?
Sorry?
What is success to you?
Happiness.
What's your favorite to go to access tool the day you're having a grumpy day?
Creation. Create. Get up, create.
Awesome.
Either be grumpy or create. Be
Wow.
grumpy and create. Grumpy will fly out.
Wow. I love that.
Yeah.
As a CF, do you still go to the wrongness of you?
Yes. All the time.
What do you do then?
Not all the time. I'm exaggerating, but yes, I do.
So what do you do when you go into the wrongness of you?
I ask a question. And
wow.
I have also, I'm sorry, can I say a line?
Yes, please.
I have also asked to have the people in my life who are fun to be with, who are
Right.
hugely inspiring, and who add to my life, who are willing to be a contribution. And that has changed my life.
Wow.
Everybody, it's a demand. I have made a demand, and I am making, okay, I feel like I've made it a past. I am continuously making a demand every second that if a person would like to be in my life, they have to be willing to be the energy of creating greater with me.
Wow.
Like, just greater, you know, whether it's just going out for lunch and laughing is creating greater. People have definitions of greater, but and I also love having inspiring friends in my life. I'm very inspired by my friends. Each one of them are very inspiring in their own ways, and that adds a lot to my life, and that helps me when I just like, yeah, it's great to just have people like that because it lifts you up automatically.
Right.
So like, you know, if you'd like if everyone would like um a different energy, I'd highly suggest adding don't, I'm not saying don't deduct, you know, we're going to deducting, don't deduct, add to your life, add the people who would be fun to be with, you know, add the people who would be willing to contribute, add, don't deduct.
Wow. Thank you. Next question. When did you last judge?
Yesterday, last night.
Cool. So what is that hidden potency that you have recently discovered about yourself?
Writing.
Nice.
Writing.
All right.
I think
Now I'm going to ask you, I'm going to give you a word,
okay.
one word,
Okay.
and you have to describe the following. You have to describe that word in one word.
Okay.
Yeah. Or okay, let me explain it to you even better. You describe what energy shows up when I say the
All
word.
right. Got
So
it.
I must say that Reshma is the one who's helped me with this, with the creation
Goresh.
of this.
Goresh.
I was like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. I've said bear to dare, and now I don't know what to write.
Dare to
So we
bear.
sat together, the two of us, brainstorming, and we came up with these questions.
Awesome. Yes.
Yes. So describe the following with the energy that shows up when I say these following words. Choice.
To make.
One word. To make is two. Choice.
Instantaneous.
Creation.
Now.
Love.
Happiness.
Work.
Joy.
Family.
Love.
Consciousness.
Me.
Gratitude.
Always.
Wow, I think you just come out with full marks. No minus points.
I love this. Wow, I love this round. Can I come again for this round?
For this one, okay, for this last segment, because the last call that I did with her, she said, you know what, why don't we have this is like Karan Johar's Coffee with Karan. And I said, okay. She said, why don't we have like, it's almost like a rapid fire round. I said, maybe we can do that. And that's when I came up with this dare
This
to
was
dare.
really fun. Wow.
It was. I'm so glad. Oh my God. Thank you guys. Thank you for all of this. Oh, now a hamper, please. Yeah. Well, I'm just not as great.
Is it a ticket to Rome?
So I don't have a hamper for
Wow,
you.
I got a ticket to Rome. I want a ticket to Rome.
That's an expensive hamper. Okay, guys.
Trying my
I love
luck.
you all. Let's just take 10 minutes, and if we can get your questions, Isha,
Yeah.
rolling.
Yes.
Thank you, Neera. Thank you, sweetheart. So anybody has questions,
Any
please
more questions?
unmute yourselves and just ask Isha any question.
Or Chandana, or both of us.
Yeah, sure. But it's your call, actually. So, Isha. Any questions?
Any questions?
I think everyone's happy to go home after their dare to bear.
Okay. Everyone happy? Okay.
Okay, Sarita wants to know, what do you mean by show up? Thank you for that question, Sarita.
That's a great question. You know, showing up, according to me, if you ask me, showing up is just a judgment. It's okay. Wait. No. Showing up is a judgment based on our definition. So what showing up for you is, if it's showing up is generally people wanting to be seen, which comes from a lack of being seen in their world according to them, which is a judgment of themselves and a definition of what showing up is actually for them. So showing up is, like I said, people would want to hide, but but like everyone still sees you. You're just trying to hide, but everyone is still seeing you. You're still being an invitation. You're just not wanting to acknowledge it. So showing up is something similar to that. Showing up is yeah, so I would just ask for everyone to pot and pock the definitions of what showing up is. Because we decide that if we're not doing it according to that definition, we're not showing up. But that's not the case. You're still being an inspiration somewhere in someone's world. You're still showing up for someone in someone's world and for yourself. So it could be an awareness of what is being asked for. Okay, it could totally be an awareness of, okay, let's say stepping up. It could be an awareness of you desiring to step up. It could be an awareness of you wanting to choose greater. But when you're like, I'm not showing up, you are completely disregarding what you are being in the very moment. And that, I don't know if it's very honoring of who you are. And if you, and that will not, at least for me, it doesn't help me create greater. It's, I think it, okay, if I had to give words to the energy of what showing up is for me, I would say just pumping up and stepping up and accelerating on the energy that you know exists in your world.
Wow.
That's
So
all.
beautiful. Wow.
Yeah, showing up
Did
on the
that
other
clear
hand,
to
I feel
you,
is just,
Sarita?
she's nodding her head.
Okay,
I think.
great. Awesome. Thank you for being on the call. So do we have any more questions, friends, or do we wind up for today and meet after 2 weeks? Great.
I think we're good to go.
Yep. All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Huge gratitude for being here and enjoying our evening together. Have fun, go party, do what you have to, enjoy your day.
Thank
Your
you, everyone,
evening.
for being here and having this conversation with us. Truly, what else is possible now? Yes, we will get a recording.
Yes, you will. Yes, you will get the recording.
Yes.
All right, guys. Bye. And thank you once again.
Please continue being the invitations that you already are.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you for
Yes,
having me.
Sarita, we will share the recording, darling. It'll be on the groups.
For having me as a baby also into this life also, and having me over here also.
So we are also going to be putting it up on YouTube, the recording, and we will post it in the groups. There are a few groups that we don't post replays, so I might not post it there. I'll have to get permission from the admins of the group, if they are. Otherwise, of course, on all the other groups, we're going to post it.
We'll
Okay?
put it on YouTube, and it'll be up on YouTube on mom's YouTube account is Chandana Bawa, and it'll be up there.
Thank you for explaining that, Isha. See, I'm not good with technology. All right, guys. Bye and love you all.
Bye.
But where can we buy the book?
Oh, Amazon.
Isha, can you put the link here, darling?
Yeah, you should have given us the link, no?
Just go on. I will give you the link right now, but feel free to like go on to Amazon.com and type in "Style Your Life," and I think it's the second post from the top. If you give me a second, I can always put it in over here.
Yeah, better.
I did post it in all the groups. I have posted it in all the groups, but I will be happy to put it here too. Give me a second. Okay. There you go. It's in the chat. You can save it. You save it and tell us when you've saved it, so then we'll end the call. Otherwise, the chat will go away. Have you saved it?
Now. All right, guys. Bye.
Thank you, guys.